Good morning!
Oh, I thought you were going with me. Anyway.
Yeah, but we're going.
Yeah, but you left me. You left me along the line. Anyway, guys, welcome to your favorite Sunday morning TV show. We call this Sunday Breakfast right here on ChannelOne TV. My name is Jude Duncan. I'm here with
Ino Safo. Find me across all social media platforms at Ino_S. And you are?
Mensa Duncan. Very simple, very straightforward across all social media platforms. On this show, we get to not only inform but also seek to entertain with insightful conversations, analysis, discussions on very pertinent issues in your community.
As always, the show is live and interactive, so you can send us your WhatsApp messages and we will do well to read them right here on the show. The number to do that is 0204 447 033. 0204 447 033. Alternatively, you can go on social media, hashtag Sunday Breakfast, and we'll read it.
Right. It's on that note, it's important to remind our lovely viewers out there that we are still in the month of October.
Yes,
it ran
Pink
quite
October.
fast, but yeah, and it's important to remind you of all you need to know about breast cancer, right? Throughout the month, we've been, having conversations around the need to get checked, how to do it yourself, very importantly, also demystifying the stereotypes, and also talking about stories around survivors' rights to encourage and inspire others. So it's been exciting, leading some of these conversations. And it's the word really is that if up until this time you've not gotten checked, it's not too late, right?
No, of course
Exactly.
not. Even after October, you can go get checked. Just make sure that you are doing your monthly checks, as Doc has been telling us on the show. And so after, especially for women, after a cycle, on a specific date every month, you check. And for the men as well, on a specific date every month, you check. I know men, think that breast cancer,
I feel like men check only in October.
They only check when they're in pain.
Yeah.
Even in October.
So wait.
And I can give classical examples because we had screening this week. Last week.
Oh, the guys didn't go?
The guys didn't go. You included.
Yeah, you can't assume.
I know.
For a fact.
For a fact.
What grounds that fact?
But I asked you.
Yeah, but maybe after asking, I passed through.
That was when they had left.
Or maybe you went to their office.
But yeah, so please get screened. It's very important that you do, so that if anything at all, it's caught early and then addressed ASAP. It's also Cybersecurity Awareness Month. And if nothing at all, you've been hearing the bits and pieces of information that we've been giving you on scams, phishing, hacking,
mobile money fraud,
online banking, mobile money fraud, etc., etc. And so you've been protecting yourself. You've done your two-factor authentication across all social media platforms, WhatsApp, even on your phone. And
you forgot one.
Which one?
Romance scam.
Yes.
I can't tell you that. Wow,
I love you.
Charlie.
Send me $1 million.
Can you imagine? And it's actually a big deal for a lot of people. So many people are falling victims to under the guise of getting married to some African prince.
There's even within the US, people also do it. There's this show on Netflix that I was watching recently. The title has escaped me. But so the guys would, he preys on divorcees, recently divorced women who, they're going through the whole emotions, and then he'll tell them that he's opening up a mental health awareness facility. Totally, he got money, but the women also in the end made sure that he was arrested and all of that. So yeah, romance fraud.
The point I want to really emphasize is that for some time it may look like, oh, yeah, doing well in terms of money, right? Making money off people, all of that. But at the end of the day, it really goes against you. I've been in court where I've sat through cases where some unscrupulous person or persons, of course, it wasn't just one person, defrauded people under the guise of getting them recruited into security services. And guess what they use the money for?
What?
Bets. in excess of 350,000 Ghana cedis just went to stake, and everything went
Down the drain.
You know, so the point really is it doesn't end well.
No, it doesn't.
In for a short period of time, it may look like, yeah, but guys, let's please be advised. For those who perpetrate it and for those who are easy targets, the point is that all through this month we've been having very important conversations on how to keep safe.
They're coming for you.
Exactly. The A Safer You series is on social media. So if you want to know more and learn more, if you miss it even when we air it here, you can go back on social media and go check it out.
Right. Let's go into the stories. Legacy, I'm on ChannelOneNewsOnline.com, and on our portal, the big stories there. Legacy of Nana Kunedu remains intact despite breakaway. Senior Hosi. Legacy of Nana Kunedu remains intact despite breakaway. Other stories you'll find on our portal. Food glut under control. Buffer stock to stabilize markets. Talency MP says so. Exhibitors hail strong start to 2025 Northern Business Fair in Tamale. Food glut under control. Buffer stock to stabilize market. Exhibitors hail strong start to 2025 Northern Business Fair in Tamale. OSP must not rush extradition process against Oforiatta. Ning Papo Samoa is saying that you're not bedridden. Return to Ghana and face prosecution. Senior Hosi to Oforiatta. Don't pressure Mahama to appoint Zanato to cabinet. UP Legal Director Asabi declares interest in NPP chairmanship. There are photos from day one of the Northern Business Fair 2025. Nana Kunedu's demise. Ghana has lost a remarkable mother and stateswoman. That's according to the National House of Chiefs. And Galamsey, EPA launches Reclaim, Restore, Rebuild. Reclaim, Restore, Rebuild to heal devastated lands. A National Food Buffer Stock sets up first ever audit committee to strengthen accountability. Jude?
Interesting. Edo, let me take you to citynewsroom.com, where the big stories from the weekend up until this morning all are. And yesterday on the big issue was interesting to see that across the political divide, both NPP and NDC were hailing, you know, former First Lady Nana Kunedu Agyemang, especially NPP. And a lot of stories here following her demise. But other stories, momentum grows on day 2 of Northern Business Fair in Tamale. Also here, don't panic over food gluts. Tamale MP urges farmers. Sponsors Lord's successful opening of Northern Business Fair in Tamale. Still on the Northern Business Fair, Regional Minister commends ChannelOne TV CTFM for empowering local entrepreneurs. 3 dead, several injured in Tatale Zabzugu road crash. 3 months without defense minister is a dangerous gamble. That's coming in from Team Fodjo. Former Auditor General Daniel Yao Domlevo is also in the news. He says strengthen lifestyle audits to hold corrupt officials accountable. And Nick Pakpo Samoa, who's a member of the NDC communications team and a private legal practitioner, says states must build strong docket before seeking Oforiatta's extradition. And there's a photo story of all the amazing activities that happened during the Northern Business Fair day 1. And then these are the big stories on citynewsroom.com.
Okay, I'm on graphiconline.com. Big stories you'll find. Use of mother tongue for teaching now compulsory in all basic schools. Education Minister. Wow, imagine me who can't speak Ga, find myself in a Ga school. I don't know, I think I need more information on that. So is that they'll speak it in English and then they'll translate it into Ga? Like, we need more clarity on this particular directive of the Education Minister asking basic schools to use mother tongue for teaching. Ghana AIDS Commission alarmed as youth abandon condoms. That's an interesting story that I'll be reading later on. 2 laborers jailed 3 years.
Youth abandoned condoms.
Yeah. When we were growing up, there was a song. There was a song. I remember it, and when we're reviewing that, I'll read it. 2 laborers jailed 3 years for stealing floored tiles. Health Ministry opens recruitment for specialized nurses to work in Grenada. And Anakunedu Ajiman Rawlins, a legacy of poise, purpose, passion. National Security revokes operatives' appointment, probes 2 others over Galamsey involvement. Fight against Galamsey towards accountability, measurable results. South African Tourism Accra Polo Club partner to support breast cancer awareness. Use sign language at all state events. It's a human right. The GNAD is saying that enabling conditions key to retaining skilled workforce. Dr. Damo is saying so. And international financial institution reforms key to sustainable development. That's according to Ablakwa. 8 illegal miners nabbed for destroying school land. Jude?
Yeah, let me take you to the Ghana News Agency. Big stories here. Also a lot on the passing of Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rawlins. There's also other stories here. A minute, yes. Embrace AI for greater efficiency. Dr. Ayiku urges media organizations. Minority Caucus Mons passing on Nakunedu Ajiman Rawlins mentioned this to you yesterday. Ghana AIDS Commission warns of declining condom use among youth. Clearly, it's a major issue, and also moving on to some other stories. Minister for Lands and Natural Resources to revoke more unapproved licenses. Mahama announces complementary action to promote inclusivity. And, I think all of the other stories you mentioned to us.
Mentioned. Okay. So on the news center, the big story, accidents reported on Kumasi, Accra, and Tatale Zabzugu routes. Udad crushed Kotoko 5-1 in CAF Confederation Cup.
Your sigh was so palpable.
NIMUS arrests 10 armed Chinese galamseyers at Abusa. Local languages now compulsory for teaching in all schools. JA Plant Pool blames $2 million drip overpayment on clerical error. Inspector sentenced to life imprisonment for killing girlfriend. SHS placement saga, a wake-up call for education managers. That's someone's opinion piece. Extend Oral's mandate to probe NPP corruption. Afaglo is saying that. And Emmy Africa announces nominees for 10th anniversary awards.
Interesting. Do we delve into the news, the big headlines now?
Yeah.
Cool. Yesterday on the big issue was just a really interesting show. Right, on the extradition of the former finance minister, Senyo Hosi, who is convener for One Ghana movement, urged Mr. Kenoforiata to wear white, say his prayers, and just make his way to the country to face prosecution. And of course, some members of the panel disagreed with some of the viewpoints that he had. But the former Auditor General, Daniel Yaldom Level, has been speaking on the growing corruption cases, particularly with regards to former appointees, and he's calling for the strengthening of lifestyle audit to hold corrupt officials accountable. And stories by Letitia Osei, excerpts of it read, former Auditor General and member of the Operation Recover All Loots team, or Daniel Yaldom Level, has called for a strengthening of Ghana's assets declaration and lifestyle audit systems to curb corruption and promote accountability in public services. Remarks come in response to revelations by the Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Dr. Dominic Ayine, that the scale of financial losses in the ongoing National Service Authority scandal is far greater than initially reported. Speaking on ChannelOne TV is The Big Issue with Salom Adono on Saturday. Mr. Domlevo lamented the weak internal control systems within public institutions, which he said embolden officials to embezzle funds without consequence. He further emphasized the importance of conducting lifestyle audits to expose individuals whose wealth cannot be justified by their known sources of income. And yeah, the story goes on and on and on. So, I know, I don't know what you make of some of the corruption cases we've reported in the country over the past couple of years. But the point is that for some of these officials involved, they are known in community. So, for example, they grew up in Tamale, they grew up in North Kaneshi, or they grew up in Edum, no, in Shaiso, where you are from. I'm sure back in the day, you know some of your friends from Shaiso. So if 10 years down the line, or many years down the line, still in their, your age group, all of a sudden they have a house in Airport Hills. They are buying another 6-bedroom house in Cantonment. They are doing lavish birthday on private jets to Dubai. They go for the flashiest hotel reserved for like the Emirati kings when they go to Mecca.
They send their laundry to the UK to be laundered.
Can you imagine?
The stories I've heard.
Yeah,
mind blowing.
Charlie, I'm being told by certain persons close to some of these accused, so many lavish, extremely lavish. In fact, one time on the Big Issue show, one of the MPP reps was like, he was shocked because they were both in government and they were both going on a foreign trip. Then all of a sudden, one just throws a surprise party on the private jet they are chartered for, like an official. And the point is, so he was questioning himself. It's like, are we all in government? Are we all like under the whole, there was another thing the government said at the time, like, like see government, meet government halfway, like, it was tough. So let's meet, when government was saying that they didn't have money to spend on certain things, So going back to my original point, if you see a drastic change in lifestyle, the person used to use some of my car, now that you have to step on the accelerator like 3 times
before you turn it on.
He used to use that. He comes into government, no problem. Of course, he's an appointee, he's entitled to a vehicle, so a V8. But all of a sudden, you see him driving a Porsche Cayenne. All of a sudden, you see him driving a Lamborghini. On weekends, he's using some Aston Martin. It raises suspicion. And for me, I think that a lifestyle audit is the way to go. When we see some of these persons who are living the high life, we should be able to say, where is this coming from? And we should be able to trace, and for me, I think it's the way to go. And Dom Level puts it perfectly when he says that we should be able to push for a lifestyle audit, for public officials. And you were wearing Casio and Fossil. All of a sudden, you are wearing a Richard Mille. Or you are wearing
Philippe.
Charlie. So even if it's a gift, we should know, like, who is giving it to you? What are the motives behind the gift? Are they looking for favors beyond the gift and all of that? And the code of conduct is a good place to start. So we commend the administration, we commend the president for taking a bold step in saying that there are certain limits you can't cross as an appointee. We are being told that to begin with, you can't take beyond 20,000 Ghana cedis. Fair enough. But beyond that, we should be able to see and have a mechanism to get people, especially appointees, to explain some level of wealth. When we see a very drastic change in the way their lifestyle is compared to when they first came into government, I think it's a good step to go.
When government asked government officials to declare their assets, and there was a timeline given, I don't think we as journalists have even followed up to see whether that indeed has happened across board. The president had said he had done his, but across board, especially the new ones who were coming in, there was supposed to be salary cuts for those who had exceeded the deadline and all of those things. So I think that, yes, I agree with you and Dumlevo that lifestyle audits, but then again, at the very beginning, come declare your assets. Let's know what you have now. So that in the interim, if we see things or we see something that's not supposed to be there,
we'll be able to tell.
We'll be able to tell that, is it from just your salary or you're doing something extra? Because some of the things I'm seeing is shocking. That you would think of robbing poor NSS people. It's shocking.
Or even like look at the buffer stock, and there's not in any way to say the accused
guilty or not.
is guilty. But the point is that we're in this country and we're told that there was no food. You remember? It took PTAs, parents
at the
to mobilize and buy sardines for school. We were told students in senior high schools were eating weevil-infested rice. It was in this country.
Yeah.
You know, so if all of a sudden, in the aftermath of all of this, or all of these, you know, we emerged, you know, through the benevolence of some private individuals, of course, the government of the day, you know, came in to mitigate. And now we are seeing that after all of these monies were there. We are not saying that the money that was spent was what was supposed to have been used to improve.
Yeah.
But of course, it's corruption. We don't know where the money is coming from. So you can allude to the point that maybe money meant for some of these, you know, food stuff is what were misappropriated. But for me, I think it's just a terrible look. If I'm former President Kufuor, I don't know what he can do now because obviously it's out of government. But it's really a shameful look for the administration to have this widespread level of corruption allegations leveled against a significant number of some appointees who a significant number of them were like hardcore, well-known MPP members. They weren't like on the periphery or like some civil service. Gifties, she was campaigning for the MPP.
Yeah.
You know, Hanan Singh, you know, and some other persons who have also. And the final point I wanted to make on this is that I think we need like massive reforms, right, to our procurement laws. You know, we need to rethink and plug certain loopholes, particularly in the public sector, because you know it's just unsustainable the way we are going at this point.
I think we're still using laws from way back when. It's time we refine those laws.
And people are finding new ways to go around them. You know, so
we're human beings. We'll always find a way around.
It's just unfortunate.
Let's stay with the big issue. You know, today is the third day that the country is mourning the late former First Lady of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings. And Senya Husi says that her legacy will remain intact despite her breakaway. A bit of that story. The convener of the One Ghana movement, and this is on ChannelOneNewsOnline.com, is Senya Husi, has said that the legacy of the late former First Lady, Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings, remains untarnished by her decision to part ways with the National Democratic Congress. Nana Akufo-Addo, who served as Ghana's First Lady from 1981 to 2001, broke away from the NDC to form the National Democratic Party. Speaking on Channel One TV's The Big Issue with Solomon Adonu on Saturday, Mr. Husi said the former First Lady's contributions to women's empowerment and national development far outweigh any political division associated with her. Nana Akufo-Addo's place cannot be dented by her move away from the NDC or not. Her impact transcends her party. The millions of women who benefited from her activism, her advocacy, were not painted in party colors, he said. He cited the landmark interstate succession law and other gender-focused initiatives she championed as examples of her enduring impact on Ghanaian society. Mr. Husi described Nana Akufo-Addo as a visionary who set a new standard for the role of First Lady in Ghana, noting that her influence continues to inspire generations beyond partisan lines. Those who benefited from the interstate succession law, the sanity, normalcy, and the families that have been reshaped by virtue of that particular intervention, you don't go and look for who is NDC or NPP. Forget it. It is the last conversation anybody would want to waste time on. This woman did not just follow the path of being a First Lady. She carved it, she redefined it. She was the one who understood what political power could do, and she used it, he stated. I remember this law. So interstate succession law, PNDC law 111. We were taught in school because at that time, your husband would die and then you have absolutely nothing because his family has captured it. And so this was a law, this was a big one for women in Ghana, especially those who life would take their husbands away from them.
You know how yesterday you told me about your experiences with the 31st December Women's Movement nursery school.
Yeah.
You know, yesterday listening to Nane J. Bafuwa, who is member of parliament for Menchia. It's not like some constituency somewhere. Menchia South is like where it is where the Menchia is. You know, it's where the royal stool is, if I'm not mistaken, because that was Napo's seat.
Yeah.
And he replaced Napo. So it is the heart of Kumasi, you know. And of course, we hear stories of those who are of the view that her legacy is not without any checkered or is not without blemish, right? There are people who say, okay, well, she did great, but she also did that. And to listen to Nane J. Bafuwa talk about the impact of Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings, you know, despite being a staunch MPP member. In fact, when he said that she was even a controversial figure, he goes on to add that amongst or within the controversy, there was also something that she was also always pushing for. And I mean, in reading around her, I also came to understand or know that she was the one that pushed for Ghana ratifying the United Nations, you know, rights of the child in 1991. So if you look at all of what she's achieved, you know, and again, Rickett Hagan said something profound, that even before affirmative action became fancy, and everybody was jumping on, Nana Akufo-Addo she was in the space already, you know. So and mind you, there's an MPP government in 2009, 8, you know, or 7 thereabout, took her to court. You know, they wanted to jail her over the Nsawam cannery, you know, issues. You know, apparently they are accused of diversifying
money,
you know, of investments and all of that. So it's interesting to see how over time, I don't want to say wounds, but people change. I was listening to Kufuor speak to their grandchildren, and for the first time since her passing and since photos became public, for the first time, all 4 of them were in a very calm, happy. I mean, they've always been calm, but they were smiling. They had loosened up for the very first. I don't know, maybe you know. And this was when former President Kufuor was
talking to them.
Meanwhile, some 20 years ago, he wanted to jail your mom, you know. So I think our politics has come of age, and it should be a timely reminder that there are really no permanent enemies, right? So for the new crop of politicians, they open up some microphone, open up some small studio in their house, and they're just insulting from archbishop to political opponents across the divide to their own party people, insulting everybody. You know, people are just, for the want of fame and money and power, they are also, you see, it's fleeting. It's fleeting. And you don't build legacies like that, right? So I think the story around Kunedu, you know, Nana Akufo-Addo Rawlings, you know, her role as a co-founder also in part of the NDC, you know, her legacy in women's empowerment, children, you know, her breakaway from the NDC, her role back into a stateswoman, you know, should serve as a timely reminder that there are no real permanent enemies, right? Sometimes we can say permanent interest and no permanent enemies, and we should strive to be a part of a politics that is not, you know, hurting of one's views or one's, you know, side or point of view, but rather seek to enhance the common good of society. And I'm sure we're better for it as a people.
May her soul rest in perfect peace.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I wanted to do this story. Ghana AIDS Commission alarmed as youth abandon condoms. And this story is on graphiconline.com. Some of this, let me read a bit of it. The Ghana AIDS Commission has expressed concern over the declining use of condoms among young people, attributing the trend to a reduced fear of HIV and AIDS infections. Mr. Isaiah Do Kwao, Director of Research, Monitoring and Evaluation at the Commission, said that although condoms remained widely available, many young people were becoming complacent about their sexual health, opting for unprotected sex despite the risks. Even though we have condoms in this country, it appears the youth of today are not using them as we would want. He said at the 14th National Partnership Forum on HIV and AIDS in Accra on Wednesday, Mr. Kwao explained that some young people preferred going raw and believed HIV was no longer deadly because there were fewer visible deaths. Some say they prefer the natural feel. Others think HIV is no longer deadly because they no longer see people dying like before. So the fear factor is gone, he noted.
Imagine.
He described such perceptions as dangerous, stressing that condoms remain one of the most effective tools for preventing HIV, sexually transmitted infections, and unintended pregnancies. As much as possible, we continue to encourage them to reduce risky behaviors. Condom use is still key in preventing HIV and other infections. We advise them to either abstain, remain faithful to one partner, or use condoms consistently and correctly, he said. Mr. Kwao urged young people to take their health seriously, noting that their well-being was vital to Ghana's future development. And the story goes on and on and on. Ghana's goal of ending AIDS by 2030 looks so far, if this is what people are thinking right now. Because just because you don't see it, but then again, back in the day, it was in our face. The ABCs of A was abstain, B was be faithful, C was condom use, and now they think that,
I remember going to my auntie's wedding in the early 2000s on Legon campus. It was everywhere, dotted across campus, everywhere.
Like you could see the
In
signs,
fact, one of the billboard was maintained up until the time I was leaving school, and I think was removed just around that time. It was right in front of the Institute of African Studies.
Right.
So they had like the AB, and you could tell that the billboard was old, you know. So you're right. We are not seeing the same energy with awareness, you know, on HIV, on AIDS, and the need for prevention and all of that.
Sexually transmitted diseases are real, my people. You wear a condom. You don't know who or what you're getting yourself into. If you're not ready to be a mother, if you're not ready to get sexual transmitted, if cervical cancer, if that doesn't scare you, then I don't know what else will scare you. Please, at least for the women, protect yourself. The men, I don't understand.
Abstain.
Yeah,
right?
simple, abstain. If you can't abstain, wear a condom. Then be faithful, then I can't help you there. If you can't abstain, wear a condom. The be faithful. I can't help you there because you might be faithful, but you don't know whether your partner is being faithful.
You should be advocating for
everything
and for chastity.
I'm saying I can't speak for people. I can't speak for you.
Yeah, but,
I can't speak for
so
me.
you have a platform, right?
And
so
I'm using my platform to say abstain. If you cannot abstain, use a condom.
And be faithful. You have to add You have to add it. You have to. I think it's an important message actually, you know, giving out this morning because there's a lot of recklessness.
Recklessness.
You know,
to think that condom. Oh my word!
Yeah,
you want to go raw.
Yeah.
And then let me see the calculation of when a woman gets pregnant. Within that first 2-3 weeks, no, she calls you 4 weeks.
And you know the
I haven't seen it.
You know the crazy thing right now? People are even more afraid of pregnancy than they are of STIs, and I'm like, how is this even the thinking, right? So they'll tell you that like STIs don't wear pampers, you know, and they'll ask you if you know how much a pampers you know, the diapers cost, you know.
Oh yeah.
But it's not a helpful thinking, you know.
No,
it is recklessness.
It's
not, because when you fall sick, it's a burden to not only your immediate family and of course yourself, but to the state. You know, your healthcare is subsidized. It is taxpayers' money that could have been used in building school, used in building, you know, infrastructure, used in improving the road. That will be used to take care of you as a patient, and it's because of your unbridled, reckless, you know, how do you say, also. There's a lack of self-control. Right?
Yeah. Oh, you wanted the English.
Yeah, I wanted the English of actually a corner bunny, you know, last. Charlie, I have to, guys. So yeah, thank you very much for the message. It's spot on. You know,
is there any other story you wanted us to review before?
Yeah, momentum grows on day 2
yes.
of Northern Business Fair in Tamale. The Northern Business Fair 2025 has entered its second day. Hooray! At the Aliu Mahama Sports Stadium in Tamale, drawing enthusiastic participation from exhibitors, entrepreneurs, and business enthusiasts across the northern sector. The fair, organized by ChannelOne TV and City FM, continues to celebrate Made in Ghana excellence by showcasing innovations and products from small and medium enterprises, startups, research institutions, local brands, and NGOs from Savannah, Northern, Northeast, Upper East, and Upper West regions. Speaking at the event, Joanna Abombisa, Senior Export Development Officer at the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, described the collaboration with ChannelOne TV and City FM as a valuable platform for promoting locally made products to a wider audience. She revealed that GEPA sponsored about 20 exhibitors to participate in the first maiden edition. Bukari Mohammed, Regional Manager of the Ghana Enterprises Agency, commended the initiative, calling it a rare opportunity for businesses to gain exposure and expand their market reach. He praised ChannelOne TV and CTFM for their track record of impactful programs and reaffirmed Ghana Enterprises Agency's commitment to sustaining the partnership. And on that note, correct for 100 points. No, we scored it, Charlie.
I saw pictures on our social media platforms of the fair and some videos, and I was like, how I wish we were there, because it seemed like, it was a fun time. And when I came back from the caravan, my big straw hats, someone was waiting for me here to take it, so I gave it away. So I really want to purchase another one. Yeah. Also, see how I cried, they don't find your hair, so they took it. But I would really love to purchase another straw hat, some shea butter.
You can get some of the team members there too,
and all of that. Yeah, don't
purchase
worry.
It for you.
I got it.
So yeah,
I got it.
The Shawana Day on form, Charlie. And it was fun.
I saw her in Fremont on stage.
Yeah, they call it Empress Shawana. No, Charlie, too much. Amazing, guys. It was incredible to see the fact that local businesses are getting a platform, and I'll be looking forward to seeing some of these brands, transcend, local prominence. And when I say local prominence, just being champions within the region, right, to becoming household name nationally, and of course, with God's help and our dedication and commitment here at ChannelOne TV, propelled to even like international and global. Because I think that, and let me just say this, right, I'd want to really also commend President Mahama, right? He's been an excellent advocate for supporting and enhancing, our identity. Every time you see the president on an international platform, he's looking very, very good in his well-made African print or his smock. So, for example, his outfit at the United Nations General Assembly, right? He was in a beautiful smock. So when somebody watching from somewhere else in the world, it's like, oh, really? This is nice. The next thing they search smokes and all of it. So this platform this event gives a platform to some of these exhibitors, right? But beyond that, people like yourself who are on TV, I would love to see you in a smoke one time host the show. It helps in also bringing more eyeballs, bringing more attention to all of the amazing things they do there. So I'm excited for them. I'm excited for what lies ahead. And I can't wait to see the businesses thrive to such a point that, they become global brands. Because, see, who would have thought back in the day, I remember a Kumfi, and my friends in the UK go to supermarkets and other shops and they see a Kumfi juice front row, right? Of course, it's not where we want it to be yet. We want it to start rivaling some of the big names in the industry, and we'll get there, but you need to start from somewhere. So I'm hoping that all of these brands, it looks like a small start, but I'm so confident, with their own dedication to their cause and our commitment here to keep showcasing, the excellent things they do. And of course, with God's help, we should begin to see significant gains in how some of these products, become market ready not only for local demand, but for also the international stage. Yeah.
I love it. And today's day 2, so if you find yourself in the northern region, in any of the northern regions, the 5 northern regions, and then this is happening at the Tamale Sports Stadium, and 9 a.m. sharp. That's time upon first mass, if you're a Catholic.
It's interesting because the Tamale Stadium looks quite similar to the Accra Sports Stadium.
And similar to the Baba Yara Sports Stadium too.
I mean, to think of it, they were all built for the same purpose in 2000. Some of them were already existing,
refurbished, yeah.
But they've all outlived it, There's
you want to go there?
There's not a time for it, but I think that we need a new stadium, but I'll probably make this argument on another platform.
Yeah. So.
Anyway, shout outs to the team over there, Chris Asima, Fremedu Nyame, JB Alote, Tajuddin, of course, Empress Shawana. Did I miss anybody out? Madeline Williams. Who else is there?
Akwesi.
Oh, yeah. No, Ricky Ross. Akwesi is also there as well.
Nikki's the one behind the camera.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Nikki's the one taking these videos.
Oh, Nikki is in...
Yeah,
wow,
Nikki's in the
Nikki
north.
Experience.
Yeah, Nikki Experience is in the north.
Of course,
JB's there. Your
MD.
Own, what's his name? Danny.
Oh, Nisai.
Yeah.
Nisai. Oh,
there we are.
Nisai Anand.
Alabira. Muhammad Aminu M. Alabira. Do not leave any of his names out. Alaji is there.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
that's
there
nice,
he
that's
is.
That's nice.
And our very own.
All right, so
Sam
we have been told Day 1 was a huge success.
So
and with the way city events are, it's always
the Day 2 that climaxes.
Telling you.
It'll be fun.
So,
It'll be very fun.
Amazing,
All right. On that note,
we can go for a quick break, right?
Yeah.
But before the break, we want you to enjoy this ministration, and you'll be blessed by it.
Woke up one Sunday morning, told my daddy I'm leaving home, going up to the city tomorrow, even though I don't know where to go. Daddy said, son, don't be a fool, 'cause life in the city is unbelievable. You could get broken on, you're just a little boy, and you may never find your way. And I said, I know I could get lost, I know I could get broken. Forgive me, Father, but I gotta take a chance. Oh, I'm already gone, so just hello, Daddy, how you doing? Hope Mama is doing okay. It's been 4 years and 11 months now. Oh, back I do care. Oh Lord, it was true what you said to me. The life in the city is unbelievable. You could get broken, oh, you're just a little boy, and you may never find your way. ṣùgbọ́n mo mọ̀ pé mo lè ṣìnà. Mo rí pé ayé lè. Forgive me, Father, but I gotta take a chance. Oh, I'm already gone, so just pray for me. Pray I find my way. Yeah. Oh, forgive me, Father, but I gotta take a chance. Oh, I'm already gone, so just pray for me. Pray I find my way. Yeah. Oh, forgive me, Father, but I gotta take a chance. Oh, I'm already gone, so just pray for me. Pray I find my way. Yeah. Oh, forgive me, Father, but I gotta take a chance. Oh, I'm already gone, so just many things I like to say. 1,000 years won't be enough. You brought me out of the merry clay. You took away my sins. Lord, you've been my everything. Everything I do is you. I'm in love with you. In you I live, in you I breathe. There is no me without you. You precious Lord, and I can't stop loving you. You're my everything. Yeah. I can't stop loving you. You bring melody to my heart. I can't stop loving you. You're my everything. I can't stop loving you. You bring melody to my heart. I can't have enough of you. You my heart desire. You the only one that matters. Lord, you be my everything. Everything I do is you. I'm in love with you. In you I live, in you I breathe. There is no me without you. You precious Lord, and I can't stop loving you. You're my everything. Yeah. I can't stop loving you. You bring melody to my heart. I can't stop loving you. Can't stop loving you. I can't stop loving you. You bring melody to my heart. I can't stop loving you. I can't stop loving you. Oh, can't stop loving you. I know a God who's merciful and kind. He's faithful and gracious. I'm the apple of his eyes, the thought that fills his heart every morning, noon, and night. Whoa, he loves me when I didn't care, and was patient till I came running back into his arms. Look how he turned my life around, made me a shining star, his glory to reveal. And I will worship him forever, love him forever, because this God is too good. Oh, I will worship him forever, love him forever, because this God is too good. Oh, I will worship him forever, love him forever, because this God is too good. Oh, yes, I will worship him, I will worship him, I will worship him. This God is too good. Oh. Don't look too far to see how good he is. Just look at me. He picked me from the merry clay, stepped my feet upon the rock, I'm standing in his righteousness. Whoa, he took away my sins and shame, gave me a brand new name, his beloved and dear. Look how he turned my life around, made me a shining star, his glory to reveal. And I will worship him forever, love him forever, because this God is too good.
Right.
It was back yesterday, you were a baby, but so soon you are growing too. And before you know it's you've become a lady or a man with children too. Then your health and strength begin to fail you, and you say, Dad, what shall I do? Because the days and years you made them wasted, maybe memories haunting. So you see, my brother, that life is so short, it passes so quickly and soon it's gone. You just have one life to live on earth, so remember your Creator when you have breath. So you see, my brother, that life is so short, it passes so quickly and soon it's gone. You just have one life to live on it, so remember your Creator when you have breath. You met your friend and say, see you tomorrow. Tomorrow comes, but it may be gone. They tell you your friend has left you in sorrow, and your world comes crashing down. Life is just like a little flower. Today it's here, tomorrow it's gone. So don't just chase after riches and power, cause to fail you when time is gone. So you see, my brother, that life is so short, and passes so quickly and soon it's gone. just have one life to live on earth. So remember your Creator when you have breath. So you see, my brother, the life is so short, it passes so quickly and soon it's gone. You just have one life to live on earth. So remember your Creator when you have breath. You just have one life to live on earth. So remember your Creator when you have breath. You just have one life to live on earth. So remember your Creator when you have breath. Yesu tunya dini na ye, eni me nyajine se, nyame tunya dini na ye, eni me nyajine se, Yesu tunya dini na, nyama kesye na Yesu ye, eni panti asye na Yesu ye, nyaprati tiano, I don't know fire ye. Maybe I need a son, I wanna shine it when you're young, and you're young. Enemy, what? Enemy, to be a day in a year. Enemy, to be a day in a year. Just shot like a soprano, sorry, they didn't cheat. Zakio say, and quite about Fienne. And Puputi, now how you are the kids to be. And you made it, sir, or the dark room, Bessie Sao Tibia, and even your generality, and even your dream, and even your genius. To be a day in a year, and he may not say, Minyame to your dinner, and he may not say, yes, to your dinner, yeah, and he may not say, to your dinner, and he may not say, to your dinner. What a bravo, Yamini. Wamani hunu imwi na mini menko wabebrese Yesu ni muni obeyama brese obeyo wabrabo imu na mini wamani hunu imwi na mini menko wabebrese Yesu ni muni no bayama praise oh ani minya chinese minya letia dinina ani minya chinese Yesu tunya dinina ye ani minya chinese ani minya chinese ani minya juno ani minya chinese tunya dinina ye enemy nyajinese minyame tumia dinina ye enemy nyajinete Yesu tumia dinina ye enemy nyajinese tumia dinina ye enemy nyajinese Yesu tumia dinina. Attaining a new level, freedom, a lot of feeling, realizing how seeking change that we were in. Internally we were bleeding, casting the lies that is for peace aiming for all of a right we may have sold. The likes of Jomo Kenyatta, Mandela didn't hold. And Nnamdi of Nigeria, let's not forget Kwame Nkrumah. The likes of Jomo Kenyatta, Mandela didn't hold. And Nnamdi of Nigeria, let's not forget Kwame Nkrumah. Shout freedom, say freedom, freedom. Let's not forget Kwame Nkrumah. Say freedom, say freedom, freedom. Let's not forget Kwame Nkrumah. Fight for peace, lonely seasons, cold wars, sorrowful days that we feel may not pass. See, mind children yet something gained it, made a change, most therefore worthy cause. Although when killed huge lows, the likes of Jomo Kenyatta, Mandela didn't hold. Nnamdi of Nigeria, let's not forget Kwame Nkrumah. The likes of Jomo Kenyatta, Mandela didn't hold. Nnamdi of Nigeria, let's not forget Kwame Nkrumah. Shout freedom, say freedom, freedom. Let's not forget Kwame Nkrumah. Say freedom.
October marks the 22nd Cybersecurity Awareness Month, a crucial time to protect what matters most in our digital work. From hackers to phishing scams, the risks are real for individuals and businesses across Ghana. Remember, so is the power to stay safe online. Join us this October on ChannelOne. We're launching A Safer You, your guide to safer digital living, tailored for our communities. Learn steps to protect passwords, secure devices, and recognize online threats. These lessons are delivered in easy, bite-sized episodes, each under 3 minutes, making learning accessible. A Safer You is brought to you by Digital Unbounded in partnership with ChannelOne.
The greatest impairment for every person with autism has to do with communication difficulty, behavior issues, and challenges in interacting with people.
EdTech is critical using your KCC model, KIT Content Confidence.
For me, as a visually impaired person, if you produce your document in print and I want to read it, either have to scan it, and that is technology, so that it can come into a speech format.
How can we get inclusive education for all?
When it comes to learners with disability, there's so much barrier. There should be 3 things I want to emphasize.
If these things are not provided to support a child with autism or a person with autism, it makes life very frustrating.
It will enhance their social interaction through virtual meetings.
Watch EdTech Mondays on Mondays at 7 p.m. Brought to you by the Mastercard Foundation in partnership with Mest Africa, only on ChannelOne TV. This November, something amazing is coming to Accra. Are you a farmer with fresh produce? Are you into fish farming, poultry or livestock? Then get ready for the November edition of the AgriFair 2025. Yes, AgriFair 2025. It's happening on Friday the 28th to Sunday the 30th of November. It's happening at the Ifosadan Children's Park and it's 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. each day. It's the ultimate weekend marketplace. From fruits and vegetables to poultry, livestock and fish to agro-inputs and processing machinery. All at unbeatable farm gate prices. Whether you're selling or buying, this is your chance to connect, trade and grow. Enjoy the freshest farm produce, sizzling kebabs, and a vibrant marketplace atmosphere all in one space. Register now and secure your spot. Call 0558-973-973 for more information. AgriFair 2025, where culture meets innovation. The AgriFair 2025 is powered by ChannelOne TV and 97.3 City FM.
Habibi, my people, welcome to Dubai. My name is Sheikh Alkal bin Maktoum. Okay, so I am Caleb, right? Caleb Kuda is my name, and this is Beyond Borders on ChannelOne Television. We are in Dubai. So join me. Let us explore the allure, the beauty, and the reality of life and living it in Dubai through the eyes and the experiences of our compatriots.
Imagine 6 people, 10 people sharing a common room together.
If you're not a na complain there in the sense, why do you share one rooms now? It doesn't smell pleasant. Or haunting no complaints now be bring to the fair no tomb.
Dubai is one of the most organized, highly resourced, and well-endowed countries you would find.
You've been here for 7 months.
Yes.
Without a job.
Yeah.
How is it like?
So hard.
Tell me about it.
Struggling, renting and feeding is so hard.
Every frame per second of their lives in Dubai tells a story, and we've got it all captured right here on Beyond Borders, only on ChannelOne Television. So don't get told, don't miss out. Catch these compelling stories of Ghanaians in Dubai only on Beyond Borders on ChannelOne TV this and every Wednesday at 7 p.m. I catch you.
Beyond Borders is sponsored by Copen Hospitality.
Welcome back. This is Sunday Breakfast right here on ChannelOne TV. Moving on from that gospel ministration, we now delve into our health segment for you. Dr. Kalsum Adam is a public health, advocate and also a maxillofacial surgeon. On the show today, we are discussing breast cancer. It's still the month of October. We are urging people to get screened. We are urging people to get checked. We are urging you out there to spread the message, right? And also to stop the stereotype. It's a very big part of this whole advocacy or this whole awareness creation during this period. And today we'll be continuing the conversation on breast cancer. We can't talk about it enough.
We can't.
Doc, good morning and welcome to Sunday Breakfast.
Good morning.
Yeah. And I mean, earlier this week, was it this week where we had the check done here?
Yes.
Was this week?
It was last week.
It was
Every
last
Sunday
week.
is the beginning of a new week. So,
Okay, so yeah.
last week.
Excited about and I've seen a lot more corporate institutions particularly jump on. Yeah. So for example, I saw that the NPA and the Ghana Gas also, did a whole awareness creation drive, through sports. I've seen many other private institutions do same. Yeah. It's the informal sector. Our traders, our moms who sell in the market, it's like they are the ones who have not really jumped
onto it. But it was actually yesterday I was part of the walk.
Okay.
Organized by the Breast Society of Ghana, where we started from Elwak Sports Stadium all the way to the Kaukudi market, and then
I saw a couple of my friends share Snapchat stories on this.
Yes. So at least that was a way to reach out to the informal sector, as you mentioned, a lot of the market women there had some flyers. They benefited from the talks, and thankfully the talks were done by our survivors. Okay,
wow.
so most of the survivors joined in the walk, and they actually did the talks, encouraged people that they have been diagnosed before, they went through it, went through the treatments, and they are standing here today as normal people. So it's not all gloomy. There's always light at the end of the tunnel if you do catch it early and then you have the right treatment done. And this brings me to the importance of the theme, which is catching it early, treating it right, and
Catching
then
it early, treat
it right, and definitely you will survive it. Okay, so yes, that was done, and a lot of the market women participated, and also the education was also done in different dialects.
Okay.
So we had somebody speaking Ewe, somebody speaking Hausa, somebody speaking Ga, somebody speaking Chi, you know, just so that if you do not understand the English language that we commonly talk or we commonly educate in, then you also have the opportunity to benefit from the local dialects that was done yesterday. So I think it was a good program, and people benefited. They got some flyers as well, and these flyers, you have how to do your self-breast examination in there. And I'm sure even if they haven't done it and they are able to read those flyers, they should be able to walk through it and be able to have their self-breast examination
I love
done.
that you used survivors to tell the story.
Yeah.
And I also love that you spoke to them in a language they understand.
Exactly.
You know, so this is great, and you know, well done to the team. This is the Breast Association.
Breast Society of Ghana.
Wow.
Breast
So
Society
what do they
of
do?
Ghana.
Just
Also,
breast cancer awareness?
Breast cancer awareness, so advocacies, you have the surgeons, breast surgeons also part of it. So and then you also have some survivors
as part of it.
Wow. So
This
it's a whole
serious
team.
business.
You also have radio oncologists, you know, so all the team, the multidisciplinary team that deal with breast cancer treatment from diagnosis all the way to treatment.
Is it
as
solely focused on breast cancer?
Yes.
Are there, in fact, let me just ask, are there even like other, you know, ailments,
okay,
you know, that affect the breast?
Oh yes, there are. There are other benign conditions like fibroadenomas and all of that. So just a lump in there, but it's benign. So when you say breast cancer, cancer is it's more or less that one would move to other parts of it. It's abnormal growth that would not only stay at where it has started growing, but rather
grow, so it's
grow
active.
to other
But
parts of the
benign
body.
is like it's...
Yes, so benign would not move. It will stay wherever that it's, in whatever locality that it's located, and it won't spread to other parts of the body to cause problems. So yes,
so the Breast Society caters for all of that.
Yes, Breast Society of Ghana.
Shout outs to the leadership. I mean,
yes,
this is
Dr. Ntafo, especially she is the breast surgeon and also the president of the Breast Society of Ghana.
Nice.
Yeah. All right.
We focused on hand examination the last time.
Yes. I hope you were able to do it yourself.
Yes.
Good.
I have.
Yeah.
The way you looked away, is there an issue?
No.
Okay. Good. So I wanted to find out what, aside that, I know there's a mammogram.
Yes.
Is that different, or is that, like, what is a mammogram? Is it more in-depth?
Okay, so mammograms are investigations. So if you follow all our conversations, you notice that I always start with what the patient tells you. So those are, if you come to the hospital, you'd first have to tell me what is wrong with you. So the patient will tell you, and it's like a story, okay? So once the patient tells you, okay, I feel this, or I have a lump, or I felt that there's something somewhere, you know, so based on that, you probe further. After probing further, then you go ahead yourself and then do the examination, as we did the last time on the show, to show you, okay, so you go ahead and then do your palpation, your inspection, your palpation, and then go on and on. Then after that, the next stage is to do your investigations. So a mammogram is under investigations, okay? So mammograms, yes, So it's basically you taking x-rays of the breast. So what this is that when you go, there are 2 plates where you would have to position your breast, and then it would compress it a little bit, and then you would have x-rays going through the breast tissue so that it would give you a picture, and that picture would help you know. So it will just like you're taking a chest x-ray. So now you're taking films, or you're taking x-rays of the breast to be able to tell if there are any abnormalities associated with the breast. And it's recommended, it's very important in the diagnosis of breast cancer. It's recommended that at least if you are 40 years, you do either yearly mammograms, or you do every 2 years mammogram. Okay. So it's very, very recommended that either you do it 2 years or you do it every year. And then also, the mammograms are also recommended for anybody who you may have to have it done earlier than the 40 years that I have mentioned. And that's when, if you have certain risk factors. So if you do have maybe a first-degree relative who has been diagnosed of breast cancer, you would have to start your mammograms not at 40 years. You start it earlier, and it's personalized based on the time that first-degree relative was diagnosed of the breast cancer. So usually we say 5 years or 7 years earlier than the age at which that first-degree relative was diagnosed. That's when you would start doing the mammograms, so that you'll be able to catch it early if you are developing any breast cancer. So it's not painful, because some people will say, oh, it's painful, but it's not. It may just be a little uncomfortable when it comes towards the pressing, when you have to press in, the breast tissue in between the plates and then do the imaging. And it takes just some few seconds. After that, you should be fine. So you may have to deal with just a little bit of discomfort for those few minutes.
Intrusive?
And then, no, it's not.
Is that Chris?
It's
Chris
not.
is getting it done.
Okay, so that is basically what a mammogram is.
How often?
And
okay, you mentioned how often you should get
which
it.
I said yes. So every if it's 40 years, every year or every 2 years.
Okay.
And then if you have been diagnosed, or you have a first-degree relative who has been diagnosed of breast cancer, then you have to start it at an earlier age, which is personalized. Doing it 5 to 7 years earlier than the date at which that first-degree relative was diagnosed.
Is that expensive?
No, it's not. Mammograms are not expensive to do. They are not expensive to do. The adjunct is the ultrasound. Okay, so the ultrasound, now it's not, the gold standard is still your mammogram, but you can use ultrasounds as an adjunct. So maybe, for instance, in cases where you have patients who have very dense breasts, okay, and the mammogram is not clear, so you can use the ultrasound, which would give you extra information on whatever lump that has been detected. So the ultrasound is it's a probe. So you use a probe and a gel around the breast or around the lump, and then it uses sounds, okay, to be able to give you, or to be able to draw a picture of the breast or the lump or the pathology.
Is that what we have on the
associated?
screen?
Yes. So that's an ultrasound. Okay, so those are the two differences. And then there are certain times where patients may have some contraindication for having a mammogram done or having an MRI done. Then in those cases, you can use the ultrasound for the investigations of
men as well.
Yes, definitely. The ultrasound, you would be able to, but the mammogram you can, because your breast is not, you don't have a lot. Well, those who have
can do it, right?
Yes, those who have the breast tissue, you should be able to have that done. So that is basically the investigation of breast cancer. And then that's the imaging aspect of it. The other aspect of investigations when it comes to breast cancer and breast pathologies would be you doing a histopathological examination.
Cool.
So for that, you would have to do a fine needle aspiration cytology, and then or FNAC, and then it's not difficult. It's not painful, and then that would give you the histological diagnosis. So the few cells that are taken from the lump would be sent to the lab, and then it will be examined under the microscope, so that you'll be able to tell the particular type of abnormality that that particular specimen has. So that's another that you do. Then, depending on if you are doing a metastatic workup, you would also want to do a chest X-ray, and then an abdominal ultrasound. So all of these would help you diagnose and stage the tumor. So remember, I always say that when it comes to cancers, it's very important that you stage it, because the staging directly affects the kind of treatment that you can give that particular patient. So for you to stage it, you need to look locally at the size of the tumor, and then you are able to give a T staging. Then after that, you would have to look at the regional lymph nodes, and then also give a stage to it. Then you look at the distant metastasis. Because it's cancer, likelihood is that it can travel to other parts of the body. It can go straight into the chest, and then you end up with complications of what's pleural effusion, and then it affects your breathing. You know, it can go into the spine, and then now affects even walking and all of that. So you need to do a holistic investigation of the entire body, so that you can give a particular staging to the tumor, and based on that, whether it's early stage or it's late stage, you'll be able to recommend a particular treatment for the patient. And the treatments are varied. So you have surgery, that's you doing a mastectomy, okay, taking away the breast and then the pathology associated with it. And then you can also have chemotherapy, and then radiation therapy, and then sometimes you can even have targeted therapy depending on the biology of the tumor and the state of the tumor. So these are some of them. And then sometimes it's even palliative, where you'd have to do you just palliate, and palliate. Let me leave it as such. So these are the treatment modalities that are available, and then the investigations that we have mentioned as well. And then this would still bring me to some of the risk factors. I think we can just go through some of the risk factors associated with it. So being a female is number one. In fact, being female and then aging and then growing, they are the two topmost risk factors. Okay, so being female means that you would have some breast tissue, and then aging means that as you are moving, you know, as you are growing, your cells are dividing. Your cells, when they divide, that's the only way for you to grow. But then the division at the cellular level affects the genetic material or the DNA. Okay, so as you are aging, likelihood is that there may be some mutations happening, or there may be, when the genetic material is dividing, you may end up having certain anomalies that may not be able to be corrected. So you are able to, you would accumulate a lot of these aberrations that may end up becoming cancerous. Okay, so that is what it is. And then also we've already mentioned the first degree relative or family history of breast cancer. Sometimes even in other cancers like ovarian cancer can even predispose you to developing breast cancer. And then obesity to a large extent, due to the fact that you end up having certain or high levels of estrogen, which is a hormone that helps with the development of the breast. So if it is helping with the development of the breast and there's any abnormality or there's any growth within the breast, it would also feed it, and then you end up having, the lump itself developing. And then genetic predispositions. So certain genes have been associated with developing breast cancer, like BRCA1, BRCA2. So all of these are some of the risk factors associated with the development of breast cancer. Yes, and then maybe we can touch on some of the myths associated with breast cancer as well. So it's important in our education, in we trying to empower people with knowledge. We need to demystify some of these myths because it's important. It goes a long way to affect the patients right from diagnosis all the way to treatment, and then they having to survive this disease. So some of the myths, maybe I don't know if you've heard any.
Oh, a lot actually.
Many, you know, but I think
they say
over
that
time,
if men suck the breast.
Okay, I knew this one was going to feature.
over time, I think again, you know, the likes of persons like yourself, you've done so much work in demystifying and like changing a lot of the erroneous perceptions and all. At this time, I didn't even hear anything about no brandy.
It happened. I think it was either,
I think,
12th or 13th, yeah.
13th
Wow, more serious now.
13th October.
You know, or maybe you are just growing.
Just grew up.
Yeah,
That's the only thing, but it was there. No brandy
it was there. I think I saw it some way, somehow.
Yeah.
Yes. So the sucking, very important. People mentioned that, oh, if you have all sorts of people sucking the breast it's protective. But that's not true. There hasn't been any research to show that you having somebody sucking the breast would reduce your risk of developing breast cancer. Rather, it is the suckling for the child that affects the hormone levels, and that is protective. So once the child is suckling, it means that there is high levels of prolactin. Prolactin is a hormone, and then it reduces the estrogen levels that would otherwise would have fed the breast and then aided in the development of their breast, and then if there's any tumor in there and all of that. So that is the only thing that has been documented and proven by research that is protective. But aside that, any other adults sucking the breast does not have any protection for developing the breast cancer.
Interesting.
So that is one
there
of
are also, you know, concerns around, you know, those who are, survivors, or even let me just say those who are like going through the process of treatment.
Yeah.
You know, there are certain concerns around what they can do and cannot do.
Yeah.
So, for example, if you're a mother and you have to deal with the ordeal of like treatment, can you still go ahead and like breastfeed a baby?
So at that moment, most of the time, it's a very gray area, and it's a very difficult area to have to deal with breast cancer in a patient who is, let's say, breastfeeding.
But there are cases like that.
Yeah, there are cases like that. There are cases like that where it depends on when even the diagnosis was made. Sometimes in pregnancy, sometimes at an early, even in the pregnancy, at what stage? Is it at the first trimester, second trimester, or the third trimester? All of these, and you need to go through thorough examination to be able to make a very good decision as to how you want it treated. Whether you want to go ahead with the pregnancy, or you want to terminate and treat yourself, and then so on and so forth.
Wow.
And it becomes very difficult because at that stage, what are the odds? You know,
wow.
So it's a very difficult and complex.
But you treat it on a case-by-case basis.
Yes, case by case, and it's personalized. So
Yeah.
I have mentioned the treatment modalities as available. Having a mastectomy, having the chemotherapy, having radiation therapy, having targeted therapies, and some immunotherapies as well. So now it is breast cancer treatment is case by case. It's personalized. It's not one size fits all. So depending on the biology of the tumor, then you would be
and the extent of that
exactly the spread. So the staging. That's why you have to always stage it from onset before you.
And based on available research, you know, there may be instances where you may be able to keep your baby.
Yes.
And
there are certain patients who would say, okay, based on this and based on the advice of the health professional, I would want to keep the baby till I deliver, then I can take care of myself.
Yeah.
But as I say, it means that you would have to deal with the growing tumor as you are keeping the baby. You would have to deal with you having, that means that if the tumor is growing, the stage is becoming higher. You may end up moving from, let's say, a stage 2 cancer to a stage 3 by the time you deliver. So it's a very complex thing that needs to be looked at holistically with the patient and the other team that would be looking at, because you can't have chemo or radiation at certain stages. Some of the chemo and then radiation therapies are not compatible with pregnancy.
Yeah.
So you'd have to look at all of these, and it's usually personalized.
And also maybe talk about this for us, right? Is it always the case where someone having to treat breast cancer would end up having their breast, removed?
Yes, so there is one of the myths that, once I have breast cancer, it means that I have to, I definitely would have to cut off my breast, or I have to have surgery to take it out. So based on the biology of the tumor, as I mentioned again earlier, yes, there are certain times that, depending on the biology of the tumor, you may end up having other treatment modalities and not necessarily surgery. So it depends on the biology of the tumor. You can end up having either you do the surgery or you do other less invasive treatment options available. So yes, it's there. And another myth that I thought we were going to talk about is the fact that the people think that once you have been diagnosed of breast cancer, you can't shake the person's hand, or you can't even eat, share
those
a
are
meal.
like cultural
misrepresentations. Yes, and it is very, very important. It is very important that we actually tell people about it, because mentally it tends to affect these patients who are going through it.
Right.
Imagine you have somebody who is being treated for breast cancer, who lives in a compound house of some sort, where now all the other parents in the other homes would tell their kids not to even go to this patient who has been diagnosed. Imagine the kind of social isolation this patient is going to face. And certain times, when they even use some cutlery or utensils, they don't want to touch it, because they think that, what's the misconception here? They think that it is contagious, and that once they do share a meal or they do share some of these utensils with the patient, they are going to contract it, and that is erroneous. That is really erroneous. And rather, these acts will rather go a long way to affect the mental health of this patient, and would not help this patient survive, or would not help this patient have a clear mental health and know that he or she is being supported by their social circle. So it's very important that we let people know that you sharing a meal, you sharing maybe some sort of cutlery with these patients, you would not contract breast cancer.
There's some questions here for you. Hello, good morning. Please ask doctor whether there are other options for a nursing mother who has been diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yes. Yes, so as I said, yes, there are options. If it's a nursing mother who has been diagnosed, she needs to go to her primary health care physician, and based on the tumor biology, the right treatment modality would be prescribed for her. So there are options that are available.
Natasha from Wager wants to know whether the cancer can return after treatment.
Yes, so there are certain times where you have tumor recurrences. Okay, so that is why the treatment modality is multifocal. It's not only one type of treatment. You may go in, do surgery, take out the lump, take out the breast, but then you would have to continue with some targeted therapy or continue with chemotherapy or chemoradiation therapy. So this is to help make sure that you are in remission. Okay, certain times where you may have been cancer-free for even a number of years, but then the fact that you have the other breast there still puts you at risk of developing
What if you've had
Exactly.
a double mastectomy?
Then that is fine.
Then that's fine.
Yes, that's okay.
Okay.
So all of these are there are certain times that, yes, you may end up having recurrence of the tumor. Yes, but then you would have to continue and then complete the treatments, because you would have some chemo given after the surgeries, and that would go a long way to prevent recurrences of these tumors.
Another one, Martina from Ashaliboche is asking, I once used a brassiere overnight and it gave a mark on the left breast. As time went on, I felt a sharp pain in that area. Could it be a sign of breast cancer?
Okay, no. So you see, I mean, wearing a brassiere depends on. Usually, you would want to look at what your cup size. It's important. It's important that you have a cup size that fits your breast, so that you don't end up causing any compression with your. It's supposed to be comfortable. You know, I know there's no bra day where people would even say that, you know, you removing your bra and then you not, it's protective, but no, it's only, the brassiere is not supposed to compress on your breast. It's supposed to hold and give it a fit. Okay, so she having, is likely she doesn't have the right size of the bra, and then it may have had just a little bit of some inflammation around it.
Yeah.
So she needs to go on and then do her breast examination. And what we have mentioned here, if you are from 20 years, you start your breast self-examination at home. At least you do that once every month, 7 days after your menses, okay, if you are premenopausal. And then if you are postmenopausal, you choose a particular date within the month so that you do it. So now that we are actually in the 10th month, I'm sure most of our listeners should have done about 10 self-breast examinations, okay? So it's important that she does that. If she's not sure, she needs to have it checked at the nearest hospital, so that once that, I mean, and also, we've also mentioned that if you are from 40 years, you have your annual clinical breast examination. Then if you are from 20 years all the way to 39, you do that every 3 years. So those are the schedules that you can follow.
Interesting.
And yes, if there is any abnormality, it will be detected, and the needed treatment will be given to her.
Good. I think you're good. You wanted to say something? Or
no, you answered it along the line. It's fine.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Doc.
Doc, we appreciate you as usual. Thank you so much for this conversation on breast cancer, and I hope that, you know, people will go get tested. Not just in the month
and
of
I'm
October,
happy the ladies of ChannelOne have been screened.
Yes.
Oh, and the guys too.
Oh, the guys too.
Couple
Fantastic.
Of them,
That's nice. Yeah. So I'm very happy that everybody has been screened, and we'll continue. Let's not wait till October. Okay.
Yes.
So in November, all the ladies should have done their self-breast examination as well. Okay, and in December you continue like that, and then with the age brackets that I have mentioned, if you need mammograms, make sure you are doing your mammograms, your annual or your biannual mammograms done for you if you are about 40 years. And if there are any changes or first degree relative or genetic predisposition, that would have to be personalized so that you start early. And remember, let's catch it early and treat it right, and definitely we will survive we will survive breast cancer.
All right, Doc, thank you so much. Well, on that note, we're going for a quick break. When we come back, we have from our correspondent. Do stay.
The alumni of Sweetroot Secondary School, Swesco, invites you to the annual All-Year Group Awards and Dinner Dance. Relive the memories, reconnect with friends. The Old Swesconians Annual Year Group Awards and Dinner Dance is here. Join us on November 1st at 5 p.m. at the beautiful Channel One TV Gardens in Tesano. For just 500 Ghana cedis per head, enjoy an evening of dinner, music, and nostalgia. Don't miss the reunion of the year. The Old Swesconians Annual All-Year Group Awards and Dinner Dance is on the 1st of November 2025 at 5 p.m. at the Channel One TV Gardens. Contact your year group or chapter president and get your tickets. Sepulchrum Optimus, always with the best.
Let's talk hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids are normal structures located in the anus of all mammals.
But it is only man who suffers hemorrhoidal disease because of the erect posture we have assumed and the squatting that we do to empty our bowel. Hemorrhoids consist of a special type of blood vessels which fill with blood when we are moving our bowel and help to cushion the anus against the force of transmitting the stool. Afterwards, they empty their blood, collapse, help seal the anus to maintain continence. Over time, these vessels lose the elasticity of their walls, become dilated, permanently filled with blood, leading to congestion of the hemorrhoids. The symptoms of hemorrhoids are bleeding and prolapse of the hemorrhoids when passing stool, itching and feeling of warmth in the anus and anal discharge. Laser, ligature, and longo are the modern, minimally invasive, most effective, and painless methods of treating hemorrhoids today.
Winterba Hospital, first Ghana Colorectal Center, in to serve a peculiar health need.
This tote pays 3 salaries. This book keeps 2 children in school. This cream supports 5 households. Every product creates a job.
Afro-quality. Buy African, build Africa.
You're welcome back to Sunday Breakfast right here on Channel One TV with me, Inosafo, and Jude Duncan. So we're going to the Northern region where our Northern Business Fair is taking place, and Shawana Yusuf is standing by for us to tell us what we're missing out as we sit here in the studio. Hi, Shawana. Good morning.
Hi, good morning, Shawana.
How are you doing? How is the sun? Tell us about yesterday and then move on into today.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shawana, take us round. Tell us how Sunday, today, the final day of the Northern Business Fair, is gearing up.
Thank you very much. Give me myself was good. Already got to look towards massive, and he's expecting a lot more people will come to him. He made the day a success as well, and now it's about the good season and the there. Now they are looking for us. Please come here with me. Tell me about your business. Tell me how yesterday was, and what are your expectations for today? Great, thank you so much, Ahmad. Together, we're looking forward to next year already. I'm hoping that this happens again and again and again. And first for him was more than just good. We are found in another business, and I can see a very beautiful, another cultural impact, and also the good of business. She also has to come up about business, and we sold yesterday. How was sold yesterday, generally for you? Tell me about your business. What's the name of your business? We have ChannelOne enterprise, so setting up a very beautiful smart material, and my mom is working well. I want to see that. That's beautiful. And I'll be talking to them to see how business works for them as well. How was business for you yesterday? What are you expecting? We have expected more by yesterday. the second area.